Sleepy Hollow was a village tucked between forests and the gentle bends of a slow, winding river. By day it was calm. Children played in open fields and farmers tended their crops. But the village had a secret one that made grown men whisper when night fell. People told stories of the Headless Horseman, a ghostly soldier who had lost his head in a distant war. On certain nights, it was said he rose from the grave, riding a black horse and carrying a pumpkin. The villagers believed the woods were alive after dark. The trees whispered secrets and shadows moved when no one was watching. Into this village arrived Ichabod Crane, a tall, lanky schoolteacher with an imagination more fertile than any forest. Ichabod was an unusual sight, long-legged, gangly, with large, restless eyes. He was clever and educated. Every corner of Sleepy Hollow fascinated and terrified him. The old Dutch houses and silent forests seemed alive with secrets. At night, he would stare out the window, seeing shadows twist and listening to the wind moan. Ichabod's mind also dreamed of wealth and comfort. The Van Tassel farm captured his imagination. Katrina Van Tassel was the most beautiful girl in Sleepy Hollow. Her dark eyes sparkled like autumn lakes. Ichabod was smitten. Every time he saw her, his heart raced, and he stumbled over words. However, Ichabod was not alone. Brom Bones, a strong and mischievous young man, had long pursued Katrina. Brom was fearless and athletic, and he loved to play tricks on those he disliked. One evening, Ichabod walked home late, and a figure in the shadows mimicked the sound of galloping hooves. Ichabod's imagination ran wild. Every rustle of leaves became a monster, every owl a harbinger of doom. Brom, meanwhile, laughed in secret, enjoying the terror he caused. The rivalry grew fiercer. The Van Tassels hosted a grand autumn feast. Lanterns lit the yard and music filled the air. When the adults gathered to tell ghost stories, the tale of the Headless Horseman filled Ichabod with dread. By the time he left the party, the forest loomed before him like a living, breathing monster. Shadows stretched unnaturally, and the wind whispered secrets. Ichabod's heart pounded with every sound. Then he heard it, a distinct clip-clop of hooves following his own. Faster, closer. The dark figure of a rider appeared. No head, a glowing pumpkin where a face should be. Ichabod screamed and spurred his horse forward, praying the bridge ahead would save him. The horseman raised an arm and hurled an object. Crash! Ichabod was thrown from his horse. The next morning, Ichabod was gone. The only evidence was a smashed pumpkin and a lonely hat. The story remains a legend, a tale of fear and imagination where the line between myth and reality is thin.